For more on all of this, let's welcome in Congressman Blake Farenthold of Texas. Blake's a member of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, the committee questioning FBI Director James Comey earlier today. Blake, we really appreciate your time tonight here on Newsmax Prime as you join us from the rotunda of the Cannon House Office Building. Looking back at the director's testimony, what was your key takeaway from it, Blake?
I think he nailed down each and every element of the crime of mishandling classified information except for intent. The thing about it is he said they couldn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she had the intent to break the law. The thing is, the statute doesn't require intent. It only requires gross negligence, which is a lesser standard than intent. So you've got the prosecutors exercising prosecutorial discretion requiring more of the crime than Congress required when they wrote the statute.
And your fellow Texan, former Attorney General Alberto Gonzales, in his media appearances yesterday, said basically that FBI Director Comey was usurping the authority of the prosecutors at the Department of Justice. Do you agree?
And Congress. And Congress.
Let me ask you.
Saying,
yeah, go ahead. You go ahead, Blake.
I was going to say, he's adding something to the statute that isn't there, a requirement that Secretary Clinton have had intent. And it isn't an intent standard, it's a gross negligence standard. And to me, gross negligence and extreme carelessness are synonymous.
Let me just ask you this, because I think there were gasps in the room when he was asked, why didn't the FBI record the testimony of Mrs. Clinton, and why wasn't she put under oath? Did that surprise you?
It did, but I think there may be some further investigations because he did state that some of the comments that she made under oath when testifying before Congress were not true. And that's a false statement under oath and perjury. And he said, well, they had to investigate it because they hadn't received a referral from Congress. I guarantee you they'll be receiving a referral from Congress pretty soon.
Yeah, still to come, the whole situation about misleading the Congress, which is in essence perjury. Tell you what, let's listen to the exchange between your Republican colleague, Trey Gowdy, and the FBI director, who asked not once but twice whether Hillary did in fact send classified emails, possibly even when under oath, which is something she has denied in past press interviews. Let's watch and listen.
There was classified material emailed.
So you have a rogue email system set up before she took the oath of office, thousands of what we now know to be classified emails, some of which were classified at the time. One of her more frequent email comrades was in fact hacked, and you don't know whether or not she was. And this scheme took place over a long period of time and resulted in the destruction of public records, and yet you say there is insufficient evidence of intent. You say she was extremely careless, but not intentionally so.
So the bottom line on this, what Director Comey appeared to be saying, oh, this is just a difference in perception, a difference of opinion. What we can expect from you in the Congress is to follow up on this and to do so, to hold her in contempt. What is next, Blake?
Well, I think we're going to do the referral for lying to Congress. And one of the questions I asked Comey is, what do we have to say in the statute to say we really mean you don't have to have intent? If you're handling classified material, American lives are at stake. You heard that from Will Hurd, my fellow Texan and former CIA agent's testimony. We want to make sure, I think, and we have no problem passing out of Congress, a law that says, look, you don't have to intend that this classified information get out. You have just got to exercise reasonable care. And if you don't exercise reasonable care, we want to hold you criminally responsible. So I asked Comey, what do we have to say? We really mean you don't have to intend to do it? You just got to be careful? I mean, how do you write that statute where some future FBI director, or Comey if he sticks around, doesn't add an additional element to the offense that wasn't there to begin with?
Blake, before we let you go, I have to ask you about one political matter. You released a statement earlier today endorsing Donald Trump for president. I know he came to visit with you earlier today, a group of members of Congress. Why that announcement today?
Well, I was holding off on a formal endorsement. I have said I was going to vote for him and support him until he actually came and spoke to Congress. I wanted to look the man in the eye, make sure he understood the things that were important to me as a conservative, among them passing things like the REINS Act and tax reform and shrinking the size of government. And those are all the things he talked about. And I'm comfortable getting on board. I guarantee you he'll do a better job as president than Hillary. I'd just as soon tell a lie than the truth, Clinton.
All right, Blake Farenthold tonight from the rotunda of the Cannon House Office Building. Blake, thanks very much for your time.
Great talking with you.